So you see, I'm pretty nice to people. You weren't afraid I was going to be mean to you, right?
No.
Okay, good. I don't want to end up in one of these books here. All right, so let me do the brief introduction, and then we'll jump right into it. Hemi Yao published her debut novel of the series, The Untold Truth of Club Mention, at the age of 12, like most of us, in 2023. The translation mention into English is door god. It refers to divine guardians of doors and gates in Chinese folk religion, used to ward off evil spirits or welcome positive influence. She is the daughter of a Chinese immigrant, lives in New Hampshire, Litchfield, right?
Yes.
Okay, and grows up in a mixed culture background. She loves to immerse herself in nature, art, and fictional worlds. So let me begin. Hemi, you write because you find it fascinating to turn little random details into ideas, something which is very important. That's one of the reasons that I write, because I can find stuff that you can actually build these blocks of unrelated, unknown things. So is that one of the great things you enjoy about writing?
Yeah, it is. But I also love the giddy feeling I get whenever I can find out like this like brand new plot line, or like have a big like breakthrough within the plot.
So, I mean, how old were you when you realized that you needed to do this? Because you're 14 now, you've got 2 books. The second book came out, the current one, The Untold Truth of Club Mention, the Ancient Text. Is this going to be a trilogy?
4-book series.
4? What do they call 4 books? I don't know what they call it. So, how old were you when you started, scribbling, writing, thinking of stories?
It would probably be in 2nd grade, but when I started this book series, I was 10.
Mm-hmm. And do you, you must share with your parents, your mother is here today, do you share it with adults to get their feedback, or you just go for it regardless of what they think?
So when I wrote the first book, I wrote the entire thing, and then once I was done, I showed it to my mom, and she looked it over, and she was like, "Okay, we can work with this." And then we started. No, that's not exactly what she said. But she congratulated me, and then we started working on it, and then it eventually became what it is today.
Did it take long to find a publisher, or are these self-published?
Self-published.
Self-published, for now. Not for long, though, I think. So you say that you write stories that inspire people to accept who they are and to be the better version of themselves. Does that work for you?
Yes.
So in a mixed culture where things aren't always comfortable for a lot of different nationalities, how is your writing accepted beyond the Asian readership? Are there any other folks that are reading and enjoying this as well?
Yeah, like my friends, they all, my teachers, my friends, they're all like kind of fascinated by this Chinese mythology, and I don't think that's like very commonly known in America, especially.
Well, I knew nothing about it, but I do know now, and I haven't gotten to read any of it. But so what is the biggest challenge when writing a new book, or the biggest challenge with the book you just wrote? I know the beginning and the ending, somebody was talking this morning, was not the hardest part. So is it what?
For me, I think it'd be starting with a blank page, because just seeing like 0 pages and knowing that you have to fill hundreds is a really
Right.
It's a really overwhelming task. But once you start it, slowly the word count builds up, and then you have your book.
So you heard Tess speak this morning that her characters sort of evolve with the story that unfolds in her mind. Is that the path you take, or do you have it a little bit more laid out?
I like to have, when I start a scene, I like to have a clear goal and how the scene progresses the story and evolves it. And then as I write, I fill in all the little details.
Okay. So you're 14, right?
Yes.
What do you hope to be doing 10 years from now?
I hope to be in college. I hope to be in college for something like environmental engineering, but I do hope to still be writing and continue with a different series from now.
So after this book of 4, the series of 4 is done, you'll perhaps start another new series, or?
Yes.
So you don't think you'll ever run out of ideas?
I I can't say for sure.
So let me tell you a quick story before we say goodbye. I want everybody to remember they saw her here today because about 15 years ago at the Best of New Hampshire party at the Center of New Hampshire, it's where there was always local bands that would play. And on this particular night, there was a young woman that stepped to the stage at her mother's request to play her guitar and sing. She was 13 or 14 years old. Nobody ever heard of her. Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Yeah, right here in New. I was there that night. I don't remember that. But so you saw her at 14 as a two-book author, Taylor Swift. Nice hand for Hemi Yao, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Thank you.
All right, any thoughts on Hemi's brand? Who wants to share?
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the authenticity of the two cultures here, and that she tells us, well, we might not be aware of the Asian mythology that is referenced in the book. So I think it's educational as well as entertaining or engaging.
Yep, good, very good. Anybody else have some branding words for Hemi?
It's imaginative, I thought, encouraging and cultural.
Love it. Beautiful. Does that sound in line with the brand
Yeah.
on your discovery sheet?
Mhm.
Good. Awesome job, everyone. Thank you for being guinea pigs. We appreciate it. Mike, I think you were set and ready to go.
All right, I just need a second
What
to.
you do?